Oh, mother of God, that's quite strong. Hello, everyone. Sorry, I can't even see myself. The sun is very strong. I can't even see. I have to kind of go like this. Yeah, you can see me like this, but the sun is glaring. So, uh, yeah, that's insane. The glare of that. Uh, the Jesus Christ, the glare of that sun. I can't even see you. So, hello, Sean. I'm dying here of the sun. Like you could quite literally, as soon as I move, literally, I don't know what I'm going to do here because the sun is. I didn't think it would be that bad. Yeah, that sun is it blinded me. I just put up the blind there. I didn't have the computer on, you see. And then as soon as I put it on, I didn't know it was that bad. It's not that bad now. But I did know I was being blinded there. Like I was being blinded there too. Because I couldn't see anything on the screen because it just blinded me completely. Like as soon as I put up that blind, the smaller more, it just goes to show you the sun is, well up there. But how are we anyway? How happy sun Saturday? So excuse me. It's pissing rain, but it's been like that for the last hour here. Um, like I didn't notice it was that bright until I turned on the stream there, because only for that I wouldn't. But I do have a story. So I was going to get my hair done today, my hair cut, because my hair is quite long. And a few weeks ago, my hairdresser was sick and stuff, and I had an appointment made. Basically, I went to get my hair cut today, just there at 4 o'clock, and the hairdresser wasn't there. So great stuff. So basically, not getting my hair cut this week again because I don't know why I had an appointment and all, and she wasn't there. So there you go. Hello, Kieran. Hello, Shawnee. How are we doing? So yeah, my hair basically will never be cut. So basically, I have to go into Cavan town and get my hair cut. See, I could go to Finland and get Vika Poco to cut my hair too, because she has a load of sitters. So she's very good with the sitters. But unfortunately, I don't think I'll go there because hello, everyone. Yeah, do watch this at the end, like later on, and see just me and Sean were being blinded there for a second, because I put it up just so you don't think I'm being delusional. Like a second ago, we were just being blinded. That's what was the second ago. Like just the sun glaring in, like that. So you want to keep going this way, stream, because to be totally honest, I can't even see the screen. I can see a bit of it over this side. I can see the screen is small, but I can't see anything at all. To be totally honest, where I'm standing. So, you want this or do you want the other way? Because it is insane. Movement haircut, no, we're not going to get that. Well, yeah, Wiko Poco might give us one of them. Funny enough, I think there actually is a movement hairdressers in some part of Finland. I heard that before someone. It's probably only for children, so I don't think we'll go into that one. Because imagine me going in as a grown man. Let me just see, is that fine? That I have to do. I know it's very darkish, but it is unless he's what to be blinded. Great bunch of lads. I don't know about that one. In the Call of Duty World War, I don't think they're a great bunch of lads in that. So I never get my hair cut, basically. That's the crack. So it sucks this up, but I probably will go into some place in Cavan, the town. Because my local hairdresser, the one that I usually go to, like this is 2 times now. The last time she was sick, and now she just wasn't there for whatever reason. So it's a nuisance, but what can you do? I suppose. So only for that too. If I got my hair cut, etc., I wouldn't have went live. So I suppose it's a double-edged sword. Only for that, I wouldn't be here at the moment, because it would have took a half an hour or so, and basically it was back early because it wasn't open. If that makes any sense. That might be a bit too loud to the music. I have me tea here too. Yeah, I don't go to Turkish barbers. No, I won't go to that. Don't worry about that one. There's a good few around Cavan Town, like not Turkish barbers, but other barbers I can go to. I wouldn't go to Turkish barbers. Sinn Féin was like, it's going to be radical. Who we're going to announce for the president of Ireland. We're going to back Catherine Connolly. Like they were like, we're going to do this and we're going to do that and we're going to get the most. This is going to be mind-boggling who we're going to select. We're just going to back Catherine Connolly. Like the way they were going on about it, I thought they were going to bring, I don't know, who God only knows who they were going to get, but that's the way they were going on. Like they were going to bring God himself into the campaign. But there's not much. I think we all kind of knew that deep down. Like I said it many times, that it most likely would have been Catherine Conley, because it was either going to be Pierce Doherty and Michelle O'Neill. I don't know, but I don't think they would have done. I think it probably made sense for them to back Catherine Conley, because it's pretty much all the left parties back Catherine Conley every Sunday. Yeah, there's some people that do that. I just couldn't be bothered. Like, it's 3 months ago since I got my haircut. I know somebody gets their haircut every month. It's just that I couldn't be bothered to do that crack. It'd be different if you're doing something or doing something important. But only times you really see me getting my haircut unless I have to or something's coming up. That's usually the only times. But it is a nuisance, but because I kind of just want to be done with it and not have to worry about it for another 2-3 months. So anyway, no crack with anybody else before we get started. I not like the drugs, I suppose, just to say too. So there was a lot of crack up in Dublin Airport today, in Terminal 2. There was apparently a bomb scare, or somebody had something in the luggage, and that's what caused that. But yeah, so it was a big whole in Dublin Airport about it. And then across Europe too, there was a cyber attack on airports, on like the check-in systems at the airport. I'll put this up a small bit more. I think there's some might have right there. Yeah, it's not as bad now, this crowds. Actually, no, it is bad. Yeah, never mind. That's good enough, yeah. That'll do. It's not as bright as anyone, but it's still bright, nonetheless. That'll do, because it's kind of a bit dark too. So it's kind of either way. But yeah, so there was a security alert at Dublin Airport. Apparently they arrested somebody too, so I don't know what it was. They say it was a detonator, like a detonator for an explosive device. But who knows? But yeah, so a lot of traffic, a lot of disruption. Yeah, well, this is, I suppose, a bit more extreme than some things that you see in Dublin. But there's often been times people have just wrecked the place. But obviously, if somebody had an explosive device or some kind of thing like that, they have the whole place evacuated. It's not something that happens every day. If that makes any sense. Putin was behind it, of course. That's probably what they come out with now: climate change. But I suppose I don't know really much about it. I've seen bits of it, but it seems everything's okay now. But it did seem like they arrested somebody. Like it was something in somebody's luggage, which I presume was a bomb or detonator or some kind of thing. Because the army bomb disposal unit was out and about. But are you talking about the cyber attacks in the airports? Like, I don't think Ireland was affected. I think Heathrow and London and stuff was affected, and some other airports around Europe. If that's what you're talking about. Yeah, it was a Dublin airport. Even when I was going to Finland in May, it's not the nicest place to be about. Let's put it that way. You kind of want to kind of get in there and be done with it, and that's it. Not a place that you want to kind of be hanging about for long. I think that's very obvious. Yeah, you were talking about the cyber attack. Sorry, I misunderstood you. I thought you were talking about Dublin, the thing that happened at Dublin Airport. It kind of seems like that way, to be honest. It's hard to know, but again, he's not really achieving much. Let's put it out. Because it was supposed to be a special military operation. There would only be 3 days and to be in Kiev and stuff. And look how that went. He hasn't even taken half. He hasn't even taken 40% of Ukraine. At an average. So I don't know how he's going to bring back the Soviet Union. He hasn't even done anything really much in Ukraine. He's conquered a bit of land, but not too much. So I don't know how that fails, and it's 3 years on or so. But we should see what happens. But it doesn't look good for the Russian army. If they want to take what's up with Finland and stuff like that, it's not going to go too well for them, I don't think. So, and the same with the Baltic states. It'd take them another 3 years to probably do that. You went to Italy, yeah. I didn't. Which terminal is it? Oh, you were Terminal 2. Like, I have to go to Terminal 1 when I go to Finland. That's where my plane goes on. I never was in Terminal 2. I never had to go to Terminal 2. The 2 times I've been on a plane, it was always Terminal 1 technically. I don't really know Terminal 2 that well. Well, I don't know the town that was in it. I know Terminal 1 a bit. See, I'm not used to the old flying. I wouldn't be used to the old racism now, as they say. As Father Ted say. If anybody gets that reference in Father Ted. Hello there, Fiona. Good evening. How are we doing? Hello there. Charge now. I couldn't actually tell you. See, you never really go. Like, usually when I get through security and stuff, I don't hang about. Like going to the shops and stuff. I kind of just go to it and sit there and wait for it, I suppose. Like, I know there's people that will go into every bloody place, like in this place. I probably should sometime. If I'm ever there, like, I'm just there enough time, I suppose, so that makes sense, before a flight. Like, I'm not there 6 or 7 hours beforehand, if that makes sense. But someday I have a look around, so I wouldn't be too familiar with the shops and stuff. This washing the couch is getting my nerves. What I mean by washing the cat, I just seen it on Twitter. Like, literally every 5 minutes of the day, it's coming up my Twitter account. So yeah, that was about Dublin Airport. So we all know about Catherine Connolly pretty much has the back and the parties in the doll at this stage. But yeah, so pretty much it's going to be probably. It'd be lucky if Stevenson's gets on. Maureen Stevens would be lucky if she does get onto it. It's kind of 50-50. No, but this is literally a wash on the couch. Like they actually are just talking. Like, they're just actually making up stuff at this stage. Like, this is just somebody I couldn't know I don't know really what to describe it. Because they're not talking about here and now, they're talking about things in the past, and it's just I don't know, it's hard to describe, but it's just I'm just kind of sick of looking at it. Because it's just straight up in my face every 10 seconds. But yeah, so pretty much to be only about 4 people on the ballot for the presidency. That's what I'm trying to say here. Move this a bit forward. Yeah, so there'll be only about 4 people on the ballot for the presidency. Which sounds insane compared to every other election. There's usually a list of people. Not that list, not the Epstein list already. But usually there's a long line of people. That's a better way to describe it instead of a list. People being on a list. So it'd be interesting to see what happens. But I don't know. I don't think there'd be anybody else, unfortunately. Oh, you mean that channel? He's just a person from Finland, pretty much. That's as far as I know. How I came across him, because he done videos about Sanna Marin, and that's how I found him on YouTube. So that's pretty much that. There's not really anything else behind it. Yeah, because like oftentimes I look up about Sanna Marin. to see what other YouTubers are saying and to give out if they're saying anything wrong. And that's how I just came across one of his videos, and that's pretty much it. It's like he is from Finland. I don't know much about the person in question. But yeah, so that's how I came across it. So pretty much he's described to me, and I suppose I described to him. And that's pretty much how it came about, I suppose. It makes any sense. But it's only been the last week or two I found him, yeah, something like that. I tell you, I could find what video I found like with that time when I came across it. It might take me a second just to find it. I'm not. I actually don't know about that one now. I don't know. Not that I can think of it. Not a name that's familiar to me. So, let me see. Just find the video that I found, like just to show you which video that I first came across the channel. If you give me a second, I'll try and figure out where I am now. I tell you so. No, not at all. Not at all. Just give me a second. No, he isn't trolling me at all. Like, give me a moment. Hello, Unlock. How are you doing? Hope all is well. Hope you're having a good Saturday so far, and a good weekend, of course, too. Give me a moment. Hello again. So, see, this is the channel you're talking about. What video was it? I think it was this one or this one. Yeah, this will be about 3 weeks ago. Of course, this was a big. This fellow here is a member of the True Finns and stuff, and there was a big, huge hullabaloo 3 weeks ago about this. But yeah, I basically came across either one. I think it was either this one or this one. I can't really remember. But basically, I commented on it. I was like, "This is pretty cool." Of course, being in the pockets of Santa Mountain, of course, you would, and then obviously with the sitters and stuff like that. So, but yeah, that's how I came across him, I suppose. Yeah, like he does pose too. Like, well, I can show you. So obviously another Santa Mountain fan, if that makes any sense. Which we need more Santa Mountain fans on this channel. If that makes sense. I can't see with the sun's on. But yeah, he does pose and stuff like that. You often see me just reply to it. Like, yeah, you probably see me share this photo and stuff, just of the jeans and stuff like that. But yeah, he does kind of quizzes and stuff like. And obviously, me knowing all about Santa Mountain, I get 100% in each quiz. But yeah. If that answers the question, I don't know that. I don't know that I explained it well at all. But that's basically who he is. In the Santa Mountain Industrial Complex, yeah, of course, we're starting that up. But yeah, no, it's pretty cool having people like that around. New Donald Trump wants Venezuela takes back the monster that Venezuela. What the fuck? Venezuela accept all prisoners, people, mental institutions, the worst to get the hell out of the country. Well, it doesn't seem good. Donald Trump is going to blow up Venezuela, apparently, allegedly. So yeah, that's not buzzing. But yeah, that's the whole story behind that one. So basically, he's commenting on stuff I'm doing, and I suppose I'm commenting on what he's like doing, like your videos and stuff like that. If that makes any sense. me see. I'm just trying to figure out what the hell I'm at. So Heather Humphreys too was in Cavan yesterday, just to say. I should have probably went in to see Heather to see what she's going to say, because it's culture night or something like that. It's going on. Who needs it? Yeah, well, Colombia at least is like there's elections and stuff. Like Venezuela is not the nicest place to be. Let's put it that way. Uh, it's a dictatorship pretty much, and not the greatest place in the world. Um, and they do have associations with drugs and stuff, like the leadership and stuff. Like it's a whole corrupt regime, I suppose. Not the greatest people. Well, all Western Europe's pretty much corrupt too, but I suppose in more. I don't know how you would describe it, but it's not the nicest place. Um, so we see what happens there, but Donald Trump is very upset with them apparently. Um, so I suppose we have to talk about the elephant in the room for a second, and that's Russia basically flying planes in the outskirts of Estonia, the coast of Estonia. Now I don't know what. Now I know there's a lot of opinions out there, etc., etc., but they were there for 12 minutes or so. So, and I don't know what's a mistake this. Well, I don't know. I don't think Venezuela ever been that powerful because it's not going well. Because obviously they're sanctioned. So I don't think they ever do well in Venezuela. That's usually where all the refugees from, like going into the United States, are coming from. They're already pretty much Venezuelan and stuff. Because it is like a Taiwan dictatorship. Game on. I can't see with the sun. um, uh, but it does look like that they intended to do it, the Russians anyway. Well, if they did, I think it was on the like outline of Estonia. Like it wasn't over Estonia, really, pretty much. It was over the Baltics, like the Gulf of Finland, the bit of territory they have in the Gulf of Finland. Um, at least that's what I'm gathering, pretty much. Um, can't see with the sun. The sun's literally blinding me. Oh God, that's blinding. Um, flashbanging myself. Flashbanging myself. Let me see where I'm. Uh, so yeah, that's that. So I don't know. It's hard to know. Uh, was it intentional? Did they get lost, or what was the story? But hopefully it doesn't happen again. But most likely it will. Um, where am I now? Oh, yeah, well, she's not the prime minister now. She's the basically the European High Commissioner or something like that. Something like that. Yeah, like she's just talking shit. Let's put it that way. I wouldn't pass much marks on her. Um, she's not even the Estonian prime minister anymore. Like she's in the Brussels pretty much. Like she left her job as the prime minister to go to Brussels. Like it doesn't make much sense why anybody would do that, but they did it. She did it anyway. Also, there was a big protest in Dublin uh, calling for more funding for the Irish language, which is great to see, of course. Um, yeah, Colombian, yeah, there's loads of white powder there, apparently. Hunter Biden's always there, coincidentally. His favourite location. Apparently, too, speaking about location and stuff, apparently, like mobile phone towers, like where we go, etc., it's being sold. Like people can see that now, I suppose. If that makes any sense. Yeah, you would know what to see. Yeah, you'll definitely know what to see. She's been about a good while. She was the former Estonian Prime Minister. She's pretty much very high up in the European Union. The only person that's above her is Ursula von der Leyen. Like she's pretty much the top EU negotiator, pretty much of the European Union. Um, so you would know when you see her. When you look up the photo, you know. Look, a very nice place. Well, I don't know about that. Considering there was a lot of people went missing in Colombia, etc., like just disappeared. Like some parts of it probably great, but some parts of it too, it's not great. There's cartel and stuff hanging around because there's people often missing, just disappeared. Um, like even just in South America alone, there's loads of cartels and etc. In some parts of Brazil too, it's very very dangerous. Like for any Western tourists to be going around, that makes any sense. Because there's places that the police are afraid to go in some parts of Sao Paulo and stuff in Brazil. It's the same what happened to the British couple, they were released by the Taliban yesterday. The British couple too, a husband and wife, I think it was. They were held over in Afghanistan. The Taliban hold them for ransom, pretty much, with the British government. Pretty much what happens to the cartel too. But sometimes they can try, just kill them and traffic their organs and stuff. Not the Taliban, but in South America. So you won't see me probably hanging around there, and especially because it's very more alien than Europe and stuff like that, because it's far different food, etc. Without a soul, indeed. But yeah, we see what happens. But it seems to be a good enough turnout. It seems that there was 10,000 anyhow. So, now I don't know who called it, but I know that it happened basically. So I presume it was Sinn Féin or somebody, not the Labour, well, not the Labour Party, but somebody else. But yeah, we should see because the government just doesn't really care about the English language anymore. Let's put it that way. It doesn't suit their agenda. Even though the majority of people can't speak it, I can't really speak too much Irish, so I can't really talk shit, I suppose. Mainly because, to be totally honest, even when I was young, the teachers knew I was hopeless and they never bothered to teach me. Because pretty much I was hopeless. I can remember when I was younger, like in the junior weapons and stuff. I remember being hopeless at it, like simple stuff in Irish, and it was just hopeless. And I think all my teachers can account for that. Hello, Little England, how are we doing? Hope all's well. Hope you're having a good weekend so far. Hello. Just trying to take is anything else really. I should probably be discussing. It's actually hard to remember. I'm trying to take is anything else that's on the agenda. Not really anything really else major. Yeah, we did too. We learned the national anthem and stuff in class. We used to sing in assemblies too, just before assemblies and stuff. Yeah, we were just talking about that earlier on. That was literally the first thing we talked about. Like obviously, I can sing the national anthem, so we learned that quite well. But apart from that, I was hopeless with anything else. Hello, Tony. Good evening. How are we doing? No, it's 100%. But yeah, it's hard to know what was it really, pretty much. We don't know that much what happened, really. They say the West did somebody, but, it could have been something else. They said it was explosive. But, the way this country, they couldn't tell, I don't think, anything. You could have had a pile of Weetabix and they wouldn't know the difference, I don't think. Security in this country is not the greatest, in terms of border security and stuff. Not the greatest. Belgili. Hello, Julie. I think that's how to say it. I hope I'm saying it right. How are you doing? Hope we're having a good Saturday. Do you think Marion Stevens will get it? I hope so. She's very, very close. Like, it'd be a sin to see that she doesn't get it because she is very close. Like, she has the backing of a good lot of the members of the Oireachtas. Where's that under control? Like, Mikey Healy-Way, in fairness to him, he did back up. He's backing her too, along with Heather Humphreys for the presidency. So, she has a good few members of the Oireachtas. She needs a few more, of course. I think she only has 15 at the moment, like senators and members of the Dáil. So she needs the county councils pretty much to back her now. And there's not many left. There's only a few county councils left in the country. I'd vote. Yeah, Cavan County Council here didn't vote. Monaghan still has to vote. I haven't heard anything from Monaghan, so she could maybe get in Monaghan, possibly. But see, we all knew Cavan County Council because the majority of councils, and I said this at the beginning, that there wasn't a hope in hell that we're going to vote for an independent because all of them are like literally 50-something% is the 57% of the councillors like who are elected to the Cavan County Council either Fianna Fáil, Fine Gael, and then the Sinn Féin. And Sinn Féin are not going to vote for an independent now. Like there's only one in two, and there's two independents, independent now and one independent in Cavan County Council. So it's pretty much the majority of the council is like Sinn Féin, Fianna Fáil, Fine Gael. There's no Social Democrats. And Social Democrats and the Labour Party anyway still vote for Catherine Connolly. They're not going to vote for an independent. So pretty much you're reliant on the backing of the main political parties. And obviously she's not going to get that. But we see in a few places she might get over the line just barely. So it's kind of 50-50 in the moment, to be honest. It's going to be a struggle. So I can't really guarantee it. That's why I haven't come out and said, why we should all vote for. That's why usually when you hear elections, or when I'm talking about elections, like I said, the general election and stuff, and the local authority election, usually I'm always like, yeah, I'm going to be voting for this post because it's known they're going to get there because everybody can put their name forward for them. But in terms of the presidential election, you don't know until the last minute is somebody going to get on the ballot, apart from if you want the mainstream political parties. But the whole ideal of the presidency, pretty much, it favours the big parties. It doesn't favour the small man or the small woman. It favours the big, huge parties, Fianna Fáil, Fine Gael, and Sinn Féin, like the parties with loads of people and backing councillors and TDs. It doesn't favour the independent. But yeah, a lot of councillors. How many was it actually that didn't vote? Let me just check that out. So it's a good lot. Like Cavan didn't vote, Roscommon didn't vote. Some parts of Dublin City Council didn't vote for anybody too. Like the biggest local authority in the country didn't vote. Give me a second. And to try and see what was the update. So yeah, I read it out. So Cavan, Fingal, Logfoot, Mayo, Dunleary, Watdown, Laois, Roscommon, Dublin City, Cork City, Galway County, Wicklow, Wexford, South Dublin County Council. No meeting schedule. Actually, no, I think me Stevens might be a bit screwed. I hate to break it, but maybe not, but we'll see. No, actually, no, she still has an opportunity. I'll show you just what I'm looking at the moment. So I read that wrong for a second, so I will take in a second. So yeah, I follow this. It's very, very good. But yeah, this is 23 hours ago. So pretty much at the moment, we know I'm not voting for this fella, and Garrett's shouting that there's no hope in hell I'm voting for him anyway. But he has the back in the Tipperary and Kerry County Council. I don't even know who this is, just to say Waterford. But I assume he's from Waterford, that the council backed him. But yeah, just look at the way what councils just voted not to bother to vote for them. And to be totally honest, the only reason why Cavan County Council didn't vote for anybody because they just wouldn't bother to turn up to vote. That's the simple as that. Like, loads of them wrote the council. I think even Maria Stevenson wrote the Cavan County Council. And I think they just wouldn't bother the councillors to go in and vote. Or let's be fair, they wouldn't go to vote anyway. Because the majority of them are Fianna Fáil, Fine Gael. So why would they do that? But yeah, the yellow ones, Kildare, Westmeath, Sligo, Leitrim, even though Leitrim doesn't exist, Monaghan, Louth, Meath, Offaly, Kildare, all that. So the yellow's pretty much what still has the vote, and that's Monday. So we know by Monday what's going to happen. So basically only 3 local authorities in the whole country, Kerry, Tipperary and Waterford, backed anybody, which is insane. Back again. But yeah, so it's going to be an uphill battle, but we see what happens. Apparently that Leitrim, and again, Leitrim doesn't exist, but apparently she might get over the line in Leitrim, just barely by maybe 1 or 2 votes. That's what I'm being told at the moment. That she could get over the line in Leitrim. She might get a reference from Leitrim. But she needs an awful good few more. Like, that's what I'm saying, because she needs the backing of 4 local authorities, not just 1. Even though she has the backing of a good few TDs and stuff. She needs the backing of more. I think it's 15 at the moment, so she needs 20. So I don't know where she get that. Unless she pulls a miracle, to be totally honest. Because there's no way the other parties, Fianna Fáil, Fine Gael, none of them are going to back anybody else. The same with Sinn Féin. If Sinn Féin, even a few of them in Sinn Féin backed, she could get on the ballot. But they won't do it, I suppose that. None of them are willing to do it. Same with the Labour Party, People Before Profit. People Before Profit wouldn't have the numbers anyway to get there. But you need some of the other parties to do it. But a TD can back a few candidates, as we see with Michael Healy-Way. Michael Healy-Way has backed Heather Humphreys and Maria Stevenson. And like a TD can back a few. Yeah, only about Trevor showed up. Yeah, shut up. Trevor shut up. But yeah, so look at, the entitled to the protest. I'm not going to deny that. I'm entitled to the protest. They can protest the heart's content, I suppose. But yeah, I've seen that. But at the end of the day, that's democracy. They're entitled to do it. But we should see. But I hope that she does get on the ballot, but it's going to be an awful battle. Monday pretty much will tell us what's the story. But it is it's just pretty much like the presidency as a whole is pretty much just a pen pushing job. What I mean by that is somebody that is near retirement, take for example Heather Humphreys, to put in there to give them a cushy number. That's really what the presidency is about. It was never designed pretty much for anybody to get in there to do anything. That makes any sense. But I hope that she does, because to be totally honest, I don't know what I'm going to vote for if she doesn't, to be totally honest. Because, the way I'm looking at the moment, either I vote for Heather Humphreys, which I would be mad to do, vote for Fine Gael. Or I vote for Fianna Fáil Jim Gavin, that's a fellow that, takes orders from Micheál Martin and doesn't have any opinions of his own. And then you have Catherine Connolly, that is pretty much backed by all the parties that I don't have much time for, and then I don't know about that one. To be totally honest, because she pretty much be doing the bidding of Sinn Féin and the Labour Party, etc., etc. So you pretty much fucked either way, pretty much. So hopefully Maria Stevenson does, because I don't know who I'm going to vote for if that comes to it. And to be totally honest, I kind of have to vote, even though there's not a gun pointed to my head, but I would want to kind of vote, to say that I voted. Yeah, that's what I'm saying too. Like, not even that too. You've seen this video, I'm sure. Like, he wore white trousers as a farmer. Now, I'm not a farmer, but I can't tell you the amount of people I know who are farmers, and said there's no way in hell a man that is going onto a farm is going around wearing white trousers on a farm, because you'll get them destroyed. Like, you get them destroyed. Like, let's be fair. So straight away you can tell that he's not a farmer, because I never seen a farmer in my life wear white trousers. They all wear kind of black, grey trousers, but they don't wear white trousers. Like, why would you? The only people I ever see wearing white trousers, paid and stuff. He's pretending to be a farmer, he's trying to get the country vote. He's trying to get the countries to vote for him. He's not worried with the city. That's what he's trying to do. Like, as simple as that. That's what he's trying to get. Because again, you have to remember, Fine Gael years ago used to be known as the Farmers' Party. Like Heather Humphreys herself too. has a big farm of land in Mullen. Her husband's a big farmer, and of course he's in the Orange Order too. But he has a big farm of land down there, and he's a good few cattle and stuff. Like they're very well off. Yeah, yeah. Like he's literally like Micheál Martin and him a well match. Like he's not questioning Micheál Martin on anything. Like that's my problem with it. And Micheál Martin pretty much has him in his right thumb. Because if Jim Gavin says to Micheál Martin, I don't agree with you on this and you're back on the idea of sovereignty, Micheál Martin can pull all his support and say, no, we're not going to back you. You know, so pretty much he has to stay quiet and pretty much be Micheál Martin's puppet, which I wouldn't want to be. You know, because if he says one thing, well, Micheál Martin would be like, no, we're getting rid of you. Because you have to remember, there never was a time where the Irish presidency, the Irish president was ever impeached. But pretty much they can get rid of a president now at the moment's notice if they wanted to, like impeachment, because they have the numbers. Fianna Fáil, Fine Gael, and the Independents have the numbers to bring it into the Dáil and to impeach the president if he doesn't listen to what he's told to do. That makes any sense. So it'd be like if even Madigan, William Stevenson got in. There'd be not a hope of her kind of doing anything really in a way too, because if she didn't do what the government told her to do, the government would just get rid of her. Not in that way, but get her voted out, if that makes any sense. Because it's not like in the United States and stuff. It's very, very different. There's money in it. Yeah. But I didn't know about that. To be told that until this came up, that her husband was in the order. I knew that she was a big farmer and stuff. It's a big, huge pile of land down in Mullen. And a big farm and a load of cattle and stuff. But that's what Fine Gael is trying to head up. No, I don't think Heather herself, as far as I can get her, because she doesn't want to answer this question. Like she's doing everything she can to dance around this question. But her husband was in the Orange Order back years, because he's probably still in the Orange Order. But she used to go to it as a child, the Orange Order parades and stuff. So I don't know. She never has answered that question. Was she ever in the Orange Order? But she didn't want to answer the question about her husband being in the Orange Order. So presumably she probably was too. Because if he was in it, she was definitely probably in it too. But she doesn't want to answer that question. Like, she didn't want to answer about her husband. Like she said, I don't know what was my husband in the Orange Order. Like as one of the reporters said to her, like you must know if your husband's in the Orange Order. Like you must know. You couldn't be in bed with somebody at night and not know. So a lot of the staff are getting abused in Dublin Airport at the moment. I think you have to kind of be to run for the president, like to be a member of Dáil Éireann and Shannon Éireann. You kind of have to be in with that kind of gang, because you wouldn't kind of be considered unless you did. If that makes any sense. Great buddies, yeah. There's a good few photos with them. But I don't. The thing that I'm not happy about this is if she would have just said it from the beginning, like instead of trying to hide it. Because if you look up that, like her launch of her campaign, she tried everything possible to try and hide it, and tried to deny it and stuff. It's the fact of the matter, it's very sus when somebody's trying to do it. Like it'd be different if I came out straight away now. Like if I was one for the presidency, take myself with the Taoiseach or whatever. It'd be different if I said I had no relationship at all with Sanna Mauen. Like I'm not getting money from the Tony Blair Institute and stuff. Or Sanna Mauen's not giving me a few brown envelopes and stuff. Everybody know that's a lie. Even though I'm denying it. You kind of can put two and two together. Allegedly, of course, all allegedly. So they say. Some people probably take me serious with that statement. In the game, of course, too. Where's my phone? Let's see. Pellegrini. see. Let me see. Sorry, I'm just looking. Yeah, that's fine. But yeah, so it's not going to be a great presidential election if we do have another candidate, because there literally be only 3 people on the ballot if no other independent gets in, because there'll be only literally 3 people. Like, that's going to be an awful small ballot of people. Considering the last election, like the general election in Cavan, you have to remember, the last general election, there was literally 20 names on it. There was 20 names on the last general election. Like, it literally was that long. Like, it was that long. 20 people on it. Like, it was absolutely madness that there was 20 people on it in Cavan. Like, they had, literally the list was that long. Like, it was insane. Compared to the presidential election, it's not very good. Lost the game, of course. Ireland couldn't beat eggs. I don't think we could beat the Falkland Islands. Like, we can't beat anything, We couldn't beat any team, like any football team. Even the local toddler team would beat the Irish team, to be totally honest with you. Like, there was teams that every other country in the world would hammer, like 10-0. And they come over here and then they beat the Irish team. We're just not good enough as well in that regard. And speaking of the FAI, they're not the best crowd either. I'm sure you've seen the case with the trainer that worked for the FAI. He was sexually abusing 2 women and stuff, sending them explicit messages and misusing the FAI property. And he's still working for the FAI. It doesn't make any sense. So, yeah, lovely people in the FAI. Yeah, it's on the community post. The Irish Independent did a video on it. And not to mention then the FAI, you remember the the controversy with the money and stuff like that. The same with everything in this state is a bit corrupt. Let's put it that way. And the GEA are not much better either too, so you can lump them in with it. Basically. So yeah, don't go into the FAI. Long story short, don't go to any of their games, but because they're not really any addition. They're no addition to anybody. The same as majority of the state's institutions in this country. It's just, it's just evil, and it's just kind of a waste of money. To be totally honest. What though? I hate these bots on Twitter. Like, I often get just random shit on Twitter. I know it's X nowadays. Don't shoot me for that one, but like, I often just get the most random fucking shit on Twitter. Like, just kind of spam bots and stuff. Like, it's insane. What the fuck is this? So a senator is arguing with people now. That's great. What is this now? They will love the people. Who is he replying to on this? You should withdraw that tweet. No, I'm just sorry. I'm reading something on Twitter. I don't even know what it's really related to. There's a senator literally going mad at somebody. Well, not going mad, but very upset. yeah, makes sense. Make that make sense. Things just walk in this country. It just walks. Like, we should get Todd Howard to run the country. Like, everything just walks, as Todd Howard would say. It just walks. Don't ask how it walks or why it walks. It just walks. If anybody gets that reference, Fallout 76, it didn't go well for Todd Howard. To be totally honest, Todd Howard would be better one the country than the current government. It just works. It'll play. So a show we've seen too in the community post, I put it up there a while ago. There was a True Finn, what do you call it? MEP, Member of Parliament. And basically he had an apartment in Tapbury, right? That was only about 2 or 3 kilometers away from, where he stayed in the hotel. The cost of Finnish taxpayer €2,500 for 3 nights. So literally, he could have literally just stayed down the street in his own apartment. But no, he wanted the Finnish taxpayer to pay for it. Great stuff. Great. The sun's going down, thankfully. It's going to be dark now, probably in the next few minutes, because the sun goes down very early these days. Where was that clock? It was a spilled me tea. It spilled me tea. Yeah, like the FAI, it's the same with the GEA. Like they're good for nothing, pretty much, in the nicest possible terms. That they are good for nothing. I know. They're good for nothing. But anyway, I think we might need to leave it there for tonight. Excuse me, sorry. We go for another minute. We go for another 10 minutes, and that'll be good enough, I think, for tonight. We'll just chill. How does that sound? We just chill. There's a few more things we could talk about, but it's just minor stuff. Minor stuff. So we just kind of chill. How does that sound? I know we've kind of been just chilling. We haven't kind of went mad or anything today. The upcoming EV. So yeah, anything anybody wants to talk about, or anything anybody wants to ask, going to, because now it's your chats when I'm stopped yapping about stuff. Yapping. Is this music too loud? Because I don't know, is it too loud? I think it might be just good. Let me see. Is everybody gone to sleep? Everybody's in sleepland. Yeah, the FBI are not the nicest people. To be answered. But see, what I'm not happy about, the same with the GEA. Like, there's loads of money for the big executives and stuff like that, and for their swanky dinners and stuff. There's no money for the only community project and stuff like that. Makes any sense? Yeah, it's very kind of, what kind of music is it? I don't know. Like, I have a kind of playlist. Relaxing music, no copyright for that. What's that called? Andrew said sweet sound, something like that. Don't know what that means, but it does the trick. Let's put it that way. It does the trick. But there's many other ones I have on my playlist. I don't know which one did we play the other night. I think we could have had another one on the other night. Because I have a good few of them. There must be about 20 of them or something. But the only bad thing about YouTube and stuff like that, you need to kind of have non-copyrighted music, which is annoying. I would like to be playing some tunes, some Irish tunes and stuff like that, but unfortunately, not allowed. Fun not allowed. Fun not allowed. So, also, the United States is going to give Israel 7 billion euro worth of military equipment. Just because why not? Pretty much. Is that good or bad, I suppose? Like, I never went to an FEI game in my life, just to say. So is that good or bad? Or it's good, maybe. Maybe. It's not great. I see a lot of people talking on Twitter. League of Ireland of its own, in all seriousness. Well, I don't know about that one because I don't know who's going to pay for it. That's the thing. That's the first thing every cabin posts. Who's going to pay for it? We could get Leitrim to pay for it, but that's the only people that can pay for it. But yeah, it would probably be impossible to do, like in Cavan, like in your own county, like different clubs and stuff. It would be impossible because years ago it would have been easy enough to do. It's the same with the GA nowadays. A lot of GA clubs can't get anybody to play on them now because majority of young people are not in the country, because they've left and there's nobody to take their place, pretty much. So. Oh, like an FAI club, yeah. It never happened. As far as I can get, it would never happen. There's not much interest around here too for it. And not to mention, there wouldn't be, like, Bethany Park probably could do it, but I presume they wouldn't need the park of their own. So there'd be a whole new park needs to be built and stuff. But I don't see it ever happening, to be honest, unless the government give us a load of money. But yeah, the FBI are not so much edition. Like, they pretty much do nothing for Cavan, as you said too. But there wouldn't be any, like, say for example in the morning the Celts decided, let's have a big new team or something for the FAI. It just wouldn't happen. Being a Wicklow club, yeah. But it's the same with Monaghan. Monaghan has no team either, like FAI team. But yeah, it never was a big thing here, and I don't think there ever was one. But yeah. See, they wouldn't get a team really in Cavan too, I don't think. And it would probably be too much money they would have to spend and stuff, and they don't want to do that. Everything's about money when it comes to Cavan. It's all about the money. No money. I need to give a call to Zelensky, because Zelensky's the only person who can fund it. He has all the money. and I don't think we're going to get away with that one. But yeah, so I think we might leave it there for tonight, unless there's something else. I know it's kind of was all over the place. I suppose we had we talked about this a good bit, I suppose, at the same time. They went out of business. Oh right, I didn't even know that. Probably did. Yeah, sounds familiar. But they went out of business. Yeah, probably did because there's not much investment around these places in Cavan or Monaghan. They couldn't care less. But anyway, it's a pity. But sure, what can you do? It's not that big. The FAI is not as big as the GA, I suppose, in Ireland. But anyway, that's it for tonight. So yeah, thank you everyone. I appreciate it. I know it's kind of a sudden live stream to do. I didn't think it was going to be live myself, but yeah, so that's pretty much it. We hopefully be back Wednesday. We see how we go Wednesday. Hopefully all going well. Of course, all going well. We'll be live Wednesday. Probably. I don't know roughly what time we would be live at. Hopefully sometime maybe around this. We see Wednesday. I don't want to say it and then it won't happen or something like that. But anyway, thank you everyone. Enjoy the rest of your night. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. I'll chat to you soon. We'll probably have a video up maybe tomorrow night too. So we leave it there for tonight. Thank you, everyone. Enjoy the rest of your night and goodbye.